Hey, I'm Randy.
Wait, you always go first. I never get to go Rhino and then Randy's place. Whatever. Just because is it alphabetical? Why can't it be?
I don't know.
It's Rhino, and this is Randy, and this is Talk Twos. No. See what I gotta deal with?
You see what I gotta put up with?
It's Talk Twos.
Enjoy it.
All right, this week we're finally getting to what everyone's been asking for, the interviews. We've taken a bunch of interviews. We've had to pull them apart and add them together to make it, we wanted to put together a good episode. So we think we got it figured out.
Hopefully we won't stumble over this any more than what we already have.
Yeah.
And actually get this episode out to you guys. So enjoy it, watch it, let us know what you guys think. What is it, dude? You're so off today. Like Rob's just like, fuck you, fuck this.
We got these interviews out that we've been doing for like 2 months, trying to put them together. People are asking us, hey, when are the interviews coming up? Listen, you don't understand how hard it is to pull 50 people's answers apart and then add them together to get the right answers or to get it so it looks good. This was not easy. So please enjoy. Please share it with your friends. If we don't,
He'd probably have a heart attack.
Listen,
He's had too many monsters.
It's taken us too long to figure this one out. It's a lot harder than you guys could ever imagine. So please check out this video.
I started riding about 4 months ago. Got knee surgery, so I have about 2.5, 3 months of actual riding experience.
I started riding in 2007 to graduate high school.
Years ago. I started riding back in high school, but it was more four-wheelers than it was motorcycles at the time and some dirt bikes. 2003.
I've been riding since I guess I was in middle school, like dirt bikes and stuff like that with my friends.
I started riding in 2011.
2016.
2012.
I started really riding in January 2016. That was when I really started riding. I had my first experience on a real motorcycle in 2010, back on a ZX6R.
Started riding when I was 7, got my first dirt bike.
Back in 2012.
I started riding when I was a kid at my uncle's. He always had some little dirt bike, pit bike, 3-wheeler, 4-wheeler. You know, I've done a lot of crazy stuff. Just out riding the dirt, having a good old time. In fact, I got caught riding a 3-wheeler down the street, and sheriff's deputy almost arrested me for it. So.
Started riding full time when I was about 16 or 17 on the road, but I always had a dirt bike since I was about 6.
About three summers ago.
Okay.
So I'm a young rider.
June of 2011.
Man, when did I start riding? I guess it would be, 2000 was like my first bike, and 2000.
I started riding 50 years ago, and I'm 54.
This is a big-ass yellow Suzuki TL 1000.
2003 ZX6R.
It was Gixxer 600, 2005.
A 1998 Kawasaki ZX10.
Legitimate bike, CBR 1000.
First bike was a 2006 Honda CBR 600.
My first bike was a 1996 Gixxer 750.
My first bike was the Ninja ZX6R, 2009.
This Yamaha R1 right here.
My first sport bike was a GSX-R 1100, 1988 GSX-R 1100.
It was a 1996 CBR 600. It was a piece.
My first bike was a ZX6R 2008.
YZ80. First bike was a hand-me-down 2007 Ninja 650R.
My first bike was actually a 09 Suzuki SV650. And I love that bike. I love it. I miss it so much.
My first real bike that probably an FZR 600, like a 98.
A Kawasaki ZX9.
My first bike was a 1977 350cc Kawasaki Enduro.
I like going fast. I've always had a fast car. So when I was on four-wheelers, man, that's just the air, being a part of, you can feel everything as far as being in a car, you're sheltered from everything. So being on a motorcycle, you get to feel the environment and be a part of it.
What doesn't? Anything. I just love to do it as long as it's not in the rain or cold.
I couldn't tell you. I mean, I just love it.
The therapy. I really enjoy being just one with the road. Like, there's no other distractions. There's nobody in the car talking to you or music playing or anything like that. It's just you in the road, and it's my therapy, and I love it.
What makes me ride is driving past cagers and looking at the sad disappointment in their faces.
What makes me ride is just the pure adrenaline, the fun, open roads, getting into trouble every once in a while.
It is absolutely the freedom for me. It is the stress relief. It's just me, my bike, a couple of good friends. You just go out and even though you're riding with other people, it's just me and my bike. It's me and the road. It's that challenge of what we're gonna do on the road that really gives me that stress just out, that I'm not focusing on anything else in life except for me and that road.
I always wanted a bike. I like to go fast. I'm an adrenaline junkie sometimes. I always wanted a bike. My ex-wife told me no. Then I got divorced, and now I got a bike.
I guess the vibration in my hands, the hair, the wind in my hair.
The freedom, and the therapy I get from the air.
Just the fun of it, lifestyle.
I truly am a person of camaraderie. I love the idea of being with people. I love going out there on the curves, but I think what it does, bringing people together, people that are like things, the reason we do this show, just the camaraderie and like there's nothing better than spending that time out there camping, going for a ride, enjoying the food, enjoying the ride. And there's also a bit of stress relief to me. When I'm riding, like, there's no other focus in my life. I can't focus on anything else because the way we ride, it is strictly the road and the machine, and you're one. So that is a huge thing. It's that stress relief for me.
Freedom. The feeling that I describe it as is it's the closest thing to flying without actually being in an aircraft.
Oh, I? Because I love it.
My husband is overseas a contract, and I was bored and lonely. So instead of cheating, I got a bike.
Can't get it. It'd be like MotoGP or something like that. So.
Man, my dream bike is that 2016 RSV4 Aprilia. I love that bike. That bike is absolutely amazing to me.
2016 R1.
Dream bike is going to be a 2016 R1M.
Hey man, I'm a Kawasaki guy to the day I die. As you see, I do have a booster because the ZX14s were all out. So I would have to say the dream bike, man, is a classic ZX12. If I can find like a 2002 ZX12, that'd be beautiful.
Oh, my dream bike, of course. A KTM, 2015 KTM RC8R. Love the bike, and I will own one, most likely this season.
MB Augusta.
An old, the older Ducati GT 1000.
Probably a decked out H2R.
I'd probably say a Triumph Daytona 675R.
Street Fighter.
I have it, a 2015 Road Glass Special.
BMW S1000. Of course. BMW S1000R.
This one.
Lucky bastard.
S1000.
Curves, straights, or wheelies, I'm gonna have to say all of them. I enjoy my corners quite a bit though. All of the above.
All three.
All the above.
Curve.
Straights, long distance riding. That's my forte.
Curves and wheelies.
No wheelies. Street glides are not really best known for their wheelies, but I love curves and the straights. Tail the dragon, long rides, up and down hills, that's fine.
Curves.
Curves.
Curves, all day. Even on this big thing here.
I stay on two. I'm trying to get used to curves, so I want to learn curves more.
Curves and straights.
It's tough, but I'll say curves.
go-to location for riding is going to be VIR North, but yeah, definitely.
Go-to location would be the beach, like Myrtle Beach, Miami, something like that. Freedom, and it feels awesome. You can look at everybody, and everybody's gonna look at you. So.
The ride out to White Lake or Bass Road.
I really like the Snake more than the Tail of the Dragon. That's my favorite place. Mainly because I got a free hotel there. But
Go-to location for riding is the mountains, Smoky Mountains or Appalachian Mountains.
Anywhere.
So far, I've just been to here in Raleigh. Some back roads over here in Rayford. That's about it.
The boat ramp, Uwharrie Forest, and of course my house, the Snake.
Everywhere. Legitimately everywhere. Anywhere and everywhere.
Wherever my gas run out.
I used to live out by Parker Church Road, Fleetwood Church Road, around that area. There's a church, there's a few curves there. And that's why I learned how to do curves.
Right now, my go-to place, which is close by, is the Uwharrie National Forest, about an hour and a half just northwest of here.
Countrysides, anywhere that's outside of the highway, you're far away from, crazy drivers. You may come across one or twosies, but it's back roads. They have the best curves, and it's usually just you.
I like doing the on and off ramps to 95 and 295 since I keep getting caught there and getting brought up on charges.
Listen, if anybody knows the people that work at Monster, like, I got the sticker. Every week, every episode, we drink Monsters. So listen, people at Monster, let's get some business going. Like, all I want is like a free 4-pack. That'd be cool. Here's to you, Monster. All right, so for this week's video of the week, we like to thank Ramon for sharing this with us. Is
cold tires suck.
Cold tires really suck. Check this out.
Rhino, why'd you start your bike?
It's cold, and I'm trying to warm up. The fumes are so good.
You know this thing called carbon monoxide, it kind of fucking kills us, right?
Yeah.
And we're in a garage.
But I'm warm.
Alright, dude. Alright, so check it out. When it's cold outside, what do you wear to stay warm?
Well, I always switch to the thicker gloves.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the summer, you find yourself wearing those nylon thin gloves with some. I'd switch to the thicker gloves. I've always been anti-engine hold. The old classic engine hug. So I
It's something I like to do.
Right, the engine hug. I've done it in those extreme things where you're like, I didn't think it was this cold. Friggin', I'll make it home, and then you're crying. The hands are brittle. So with the gloves, I just thicken up the gloves. Now, one thing in this area that you can easily get is the ninja suit. Because we're in a military base, you can go down to any, U.S. Army 1, Airborne 1, all these places that sell it. It's a really thin, but very warm.
It's almost like a neoprene.
Right, and you put your thumb through, which adds into your gloves. And man, I'm telling you, I've gone down to like 20-degree weather in that thing.
Yeah.
So I put that instead of like a t-shirt or anything underneath my suit or my jacket and under your pants. That keeps me warm. And then with boots, I just thicken up the. So pretty much I use the same gear. I just up my undercarry, my underneath.
Your base layers.
My base layers. I just add more base layers. It keeps me warmer. But no matter what, when you're going down the highway, 55, the legal speed limit, it's hard to keep warm.
It is.
What about you?
Of course I go for the ninja suit. I love that damn thing. You can't beat it. when I go out for longer rides, instead of wearing my race boots, which are thin, it's really hard to get a thick pair of wool socks in there. I tend to go for more of my hiking boots that I wear on a normal daily basis. You know, some of the other things you can do, like I said, I've done the engine hug. You know, my biggest challenge is the fogging of my freaking visor. Man, let me tell you, that sucks. Here you are, you're going, and it always seems to happen at one of those critical times where you're starting to hit a corner and you take that breath, you're like, and you're like, oh fuck, I can't see where I'm going. Right up to your head. Yeah, and you're just like, like, am I gonna make it? Am I gonna make it?
I'm like,
you're flipping it open, but you don't want to flip it open too much because then you instantly tear up and you're like crying. You look like you just chopped a whole bunch of onions and it's horrible. Or your wife kicked you in the nuts for the day.
Now, I do know that you can get a solution with a rag. Oh, man, I can't remember the name of it.
The anti-fog solution.
The anti-fog, and I know that's like, it's not the perfect, but I think you can go down to like Cycle Gear or any place like that, ATVs, four-wheelers, anything.
Yeah, Revzilla, whoever.
Yeah, and just wipe it on there, and it's good for at least that day. You might have to reapply it every time, but I know that works. But one of the critical ones for me was the neck. Because your
neck gaiter.
Your jacket comes up to right here.
Yeah.
And then your helmet comes to right here. And you just be going, you're like, tucking your head, trying to. But the neck gaiter, the baklava, same thing. Army. There's Army stores all over. They got the neck gaiter baklava.
You know what helps too? Grow a fucking beard.
Grow a beard, grow a beard. You've all seen me with a beard. I've gone back to the goatee. Tell us in the comments what you think, but I'm gonna keep going with the goatee. But yeah, you could grow a beard and look like Grizzly Adams here and get that stuff going.
Hey, it's freaking sexy. I'm bearded and tattooed. Chicks just take their clothes off.
Oh yeah. So those are pretty much the gear we use. You can always, of course, buy the plug-in gear that plugs into your phone charger.
Hot wire gear.
Hot wire gear where it runs like wires all through the jacket. That stuff scares me. Like, I feel like I'm going to catch fire or something. I don't trust electricity.
Like sitting at a stoplight and you start smoking.
People behind you are like, oh, he's dancing. Look, he must be listening to music. Yeah, and I'm dying. So.
Horrible times.
But they are there. You can buy the electric suits and stuff like that, the warming suits. Shoot, there's plenty of stuff you can do. You can research. But mine is base layers. That's what I do to keep warm, and it seems to work pretty well.
Non-perforated leather jackets. Don't wear mesh jackets or textile jackets unless it's one of those textile jackets that is designed for cold weather. That's important.
And the other easy ones is like close your vents.
Yeah.
Like you don't need the vents open. Yeah. When going down the road when it's 35, 40 degrees, it's just going to get cold. It's as easy as that. Like if you're feeling your head or face, maybe just close your vents.
You know, a trick for motocross actually is you put rubber gloves on. You know, like those surgical gloves. Put those on underneath your gloves. It actually helps hold heat in your glove.
Yeah, but I would always sweat. There'd be like drips of sweat.
It is horrible, but it helps, man. It's just, it's one of those things. It's a trick for motocross. When we used to ride motocross all the time, my son Nicholas, he rides motocross, and he'll do the same thing. Put on a pair of freaking neoprene gloves or the little rubber gloves. Go at it.
Nice. Yeah. All right. Well, guys, tell us what you guys do for the winter months or the cooler months. Around here, it doesn't get too cold, but let us know. Put it in the email or in the comments. Well, this week we wanted to let you guys know it took us a while to get this episode out. We had some personal friend stuff go on, and we wanted to make sure that we let people know you really have to make sure you're careful and everything when you're on the bike. It's so easy for just a split second for an accident to happen. It could be as easy as an animal
running out in front of you
and then you're going off the road. So I think it's a good moment to remember that with great power comes great responsibility. What we have between our legs when it comes to power to weight ratio is an insane amount of responsibility. And it takes an extra effort to ensure that we're using it right and that we're being as careful as possible at all times. So keep that in mind when we're out on the road, especially with the cold weather coming out, where your tires aren't going to get as warm as fast and where people are just in a hurry to get home where it's warm.
So when you're out riding, make sure you dress for the weather. Make sure you don't push yourself too hard until your tires heat up. Don't forget anything under 50 degrees outside, ambient temperature. Your tires aren't going to heat up nearly what they need to provide the proper grip for you on the road. So be careful out there. Watch for other riders. Watch for other cars. It seems during the holiday season, people get in a rush. There's going to be a lot of traffic out. So you guys want to watch yourself in those busier city sections, even out in the country. Like you said a minute ago, man, as simple as an animal running out in front of you can cause you to have an accident. And that just actually happened here very recently. So you guys be safe out there, man. Make sure you're good. Thanks for checking out our episode this week of Randy and Rhino Talk 2s. Make sure you like, share that stuff all over you. Fuck.
Come here. Put your head in this grinder.
Oh my motherfucker!
Now I gotta get a shot.
Hey, thanks for watching this week's episode of Randy and Rhino Talk 2s.
Don't forget to check us out on YouTube, Facebook. Like, share, comment, and follow.
Email us your videos, your photos, footage, whatever, so we can show you out on YouTube.
Right here at randyandrhinos@gmail.com.
See you guys later.
Later. You're one sexy motherfucker.